Hello everyone, I'm so happy to be here today. My name is Carolina Novillo Bravo, and today I want to share with you my journey in the Project Green Challenge and the story behind my climate action project, a project born for learning from awareness and from empathy. I'm 18 years old, and I study international studies at the Universidad de la SUAY in Cuenca, Ecuador. I grew up surrounded by inequality, but also by nature, mountains, rivers, and traditions. That taught me something essential. Social justice and environmental justice can never be separated. I joined PGC because I wanted to help, but I didn't know how. My actions felt too small for problems that felt too big. PGC gave me direction, clarity, and community. It showed me that change begins with one decision, and that consistency, not perfection, is what creates a real impact. These were the best 30 days of learning in my life. 30 challenges, 30 reflections, 30 real actions, but most importantly, 30 new ways to understand the planet, and a completely new vision of myself as a leader and a change maker. To share my journey, I divided everything into 5 categories. The first one is consumerism and lifestyle. This category comforted me with my real footprint. I learned that every purchase is about, and that fast fashion harms ecosystems and people. I realized that sustainability begins with something simple, honesty about our habits. I started changing the way I buy, consume, and even think. The second category is nature and environmental protection. Here, I learned that the urgency of protection, forests, ocean, and natural spaces, and how disconnected many people have become from the planet that sustains us. This part of the challenge reminds me that nature is not a resource, it's a relationship. The third category is social justice and communities. I learned that the climate crisis is deeply unequal, that indigenous people protect around 80% of the world's biodiversity, and that climate justice is not only about carbon, it's about people, dignity, and rights. The fourth category is food and sustainability. In this part, I learned how food connects climate economy and culture and health. I learned about soil, local food systems, and especially about one heartbreaking fact. 1/3 of all food produced globally is wasted. In Ecuador, over 1.2 million tons of food are wasted every year. This is the moment where the seed of my cup was planted. And finally, purpose, activism, and well-being. PGC helped me find my voice. It taught me that leadership is about showing up, being consistent, being courageous, and being compassionate. After 30 days, I understood that learning wasn't enough. I transformed my habits, my ideas, and my purpose, and I knew I had to act in my community. That's where my climate action project was born, Save and Share. That focuses on 3 pillars. The first one, food rescue, recovering surplus food from markets, restaurants, universities, and stores. Food that is still perfectly good but normally gets thrown away. Redistribution, delivering that food rescue food to vulnerable families in my city. And the third pillar, education. Teaching communities about food waste prevention, nutrition, and sustainability habits. But why? Save and Share was born from a painful reality. In Ecuador, 1 out of 4 children face malnutrition, while kilos of perfectly good food are thrown away every day. To understand the scale of the problem, globally, 800 million people go to bed hungry every night. At the same time, 2.5 million tons of food are wasted each year. In Ecuador, 40% of food loss happens before it even reaches a plate. I saw this myself in a in vulnerable communities like this one that is called Cuchisuyo, where there are kids that don't even have money to eat something in weeks. This project is not just environmental, it's social, human, and necessary, because saving food means saving lives. My goals are rescue 150 kilograms of food, support 30 families, engage 20 volunteers, carry out 2 educational campaigns, build 1 formal partnership with a university or local organization. I know that these numbers are small compared to the size of the problem, but powerful when it represents a real people. My plan is divided into 5 months of structured work. In the month 1, planning and partnerships, formal meeting with universities, markets, and local business, logistics planning, and identify families and communities in need. In the month 2, recruitment and awareness, volunteer training, educational talk, and school and universities, social media campaign launch. In the month 3, first food drive. I want to collecting the food for partner institutions, sorting, packing, and labeling, and the free redistribution to families. In the month 4, reflection and second drive. Analyzing results from the first drive, improving logistics, second food rescue and redistribution. And in the last month, the celebration and expansion. Final report and impact presentation, certifications for volunteers seeking long-term partnerships to expand Save and Share. The stakeholders will be students, families, supermarkets, and universities. And the main resources needed will be transportations, boxes, volunteer support, and digital material. To close, I want to share a phrase in my city's native language, which is Quechua, Pachamamagmi Yuyanchik, that in Spanish means La Madre Tierra nos recuerda, and in English means Mother Earth reminds us. She reminds us that change begins with empathy, and empathy begins with action. Thank you so much.